Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am showing you what I eat in a day to stay fit. The past 2-3 months of lockdown have really helped me understand and get a really fresh perspective and outlook on food, and I've thoroughly enjoyed making my own foods from scratch, and it's a practice that I want to continue. And I've also tried to stick to a disciplined schedule just to make sure that I'm waking up and sleeping at the same time, and that has worked wonders for all aspects of my health and fitness, to be honest. This is my breakfast after I have woken up, and about 30 minutes after waking up I eat my breakfast. So we'll first be making sabudana khichdi for the morning breakfast. It's very easy, only takes about 15 minutes. Like, it is something I absolutely enjoy having. It's hot and fresh and absolutely delicious, not to mention nutritious. So here in a saucepan I have some cold pressed coconut oil, and to that I have added some mustard seeds. Now once the seeds start to splutter, so the heat is on medium at this point, I'll then add the cumin seeds, and then after that I will add some slit green chilies, and finally then I will also add some curry leaves, and it will start to splutter quite a bit. Once you do that, just give it a quick shuffle. I'll just give it a quick stir to ensure that all the ingredients are mixed well with the oil. Now I'm adding some coarsely crushed peanuts. Crushing the peanuts coarsely in the grinder helps distribute this peanut mix very evenly in the sabudana khichdi mix. So every bite that you take actually has that beautiful nutty peanut flavor, which I love. Now after I've added the peanuts, I'm just going to saute it or just cook it for like a minute on low heat, and then I'll add some chopped coriander as well, chopped coriander leaves, and just give it a quick stir. Now I'll season it with some sea salt, and here now I'm just going to give it a good mix again just to make sure that the salt is mixed well. So this is your masala mix basically, that's it. And you just have to taste this mix first and see that it's all okay. It's okay if the mix is a bit salty, because now we are going to add the sabudana pearls, which have been soaked overnight. So just before I go to bed, I like to soak them in just enough water until they all submerge evenly in the water, and then I let it soak overnight. I'm going to cover this with a lid and cook it until the pearls go transparent like so. It takes about 3 to 4 minutes on medium heat. It may take more time, but it usually doesn't take longer than that. It cooks very quickly. So I'll just give it a quick stir, and that's ready, and I'm going to serve it. Make sure that the pearls turn transparent, and that's when you know that it's ready. It should be soft to the touch. Now just transfer everything to a bowl. And once I've done that, I am also generously going to top it with some chopped coriander leaves. And finally, I will also stick a wedge of lime in there. Just before having the sabudana khichdi, I will also squeeze that lime juice very nicely, very generously. What I sometimes also like to do is have some green coconut chutney with this. It's just fabulous, especially if you want some kind of added flavor to this. It's just a serving suggestion. You don't have to, but it's something that I enjoy. But I didn't have chutney that day, so I added the lime juice. That is my breakfast. That happens at about 7:30 a.m. 2 to 3 hours later, I eat a tiny snack, and it's usually a banana because it helps me going up to lunch, which today is these crostinis, almost open-faced sandwiches. It's a sourdough sandwich with some apples and carrots and raisins, and this delicious green chutney. So here I have some yogurt, and into that I'm going to add some of that green mint chutney. It's very easy to make this mint chutney. The recipe is down in the description box, and I've also made this before when I was making the fries, the oven baked fries. So I've shown you a complete video on how I made that chutney. So do check it out. The link will appear on the screen right now. I'll just add that mint chutney, and I will mix it into the yogurt so that they are both combined. Now I have here some raisins which I have soaked about 15 to 20 minutes before I need it. Here I have sliced some sourdough bread. There is an entire recipe I have showed you how you can make your own sourdough bread at home. But even so, you can use whatever bread you have on hand. Toast the bread with some ghee just so it gets nice and crispy. Now I am going to slather a generous amount of that yogurt mint sauce. I have some sliced apples here which I am going to layer one over the other on this sandwich bread. And then I'm going to add some more of that green mint sauce just because it tastes delicious. It's super healthy as well, and also because we want it to act as a glue for when we add our grated carrots. So here I have these freshly grated carrots. I just love eating carrots because they're so good for the eyes as well. So adding that sauce ensures that the grated carrots kind of stick to the sandwich and don't fall out. Now I'm also going to add the raisins and then just top it off with some chopped mint leaves, and literally that is it. I don't like spending way too much time cooking food because it's just so much time and energy, and also because I'm also studying other things at the moment and it takes up a lot of my time, so I like to keep it minimum, but at the same time I also do not want to compromise on my health. And you can see this open faced sandwich is so easy to make. Literally takes like 10 minutes to put together, and it's so delicious and so tasty at the same time, and it's very filling as well. Now at about 3 o'clock I'll have a cup of tea and some nuts. Then I have my protein shake after I have done a workout. I always work out at about 6 p.m. I like to have a piece of fruit before working out, so it gives me the energy to perform better while I'm working out. And then obviously comes dinner time, which is my favorite time of the day because it gives me the opportunity to refuel after a grueling workout. So here I have a one pot rice, kind of like a pulao, with all things like beans and veggies and a lot of good spices and herbs. So let's get started. I have here in a saucepan some coconut oil, cold pressed coconut oil, and to that I have added some cumin seeds, cinnamon stick, some cardamom pods and some cloves, and I'm just going to cook this on a medium flame or medium heat until the spices take on some color and also until they kind of start to smell really nice and aromatic. Then I'm going to add some split green chilies and some curry leaves. As soon as you add the curry leaves, it will start to splutter, which is great. Now I'll just give it a quick stir. Now it's time to add some more flavor. So I'm going to add some chopped garlic and some chopped ginger as well. It adds such a beautiful flavor when you do that. And I'm just going to give this a quick stir, mix everything together and just let it cook for 1 minute on a medium heat. Now I'm going to add some finely chopped onions, and after I do that, it's time to just let it cook out for about 3 to 4 minutes. You need to get it to a point where it turns translucent, almost beginning to caramelize, but you don't have to brown it. It just needs to get translucent and really nice and soft. So this takes about 3 to 4 minutes on a medium heat, like so. This is what we're looking for. So once we have reached this stage, it's time then to add some tomatoes. So we'll add some really finely chopped tomatoes. And once I do that, then again I'm going to cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes. You want the tomatoes to go nice and soft and for it to release its juices and its water and gets nice and thick, and almost you can see that it has cooked through because it gets really nice and thick like this, and the color changes and it melts very beautifully with the rest of the ingredients. Now I'm going to add some sliced carrots. So carrots are so healthy, so delicious as well. I really like adding carrots to a lot of my meals. It's also really good for the eyes, so that's an added bonus. Now just give it a quick stir and then cover it with a lid and let it cook undisturbed for about 3 to 4 minutes more. Take the lid off, and now it's time for us to just give it a quick stir and add some delicious spices or masala powders. So firstly we'll begin with some turmeric powder, then I'm going to add some red chili powder, some coriander powder, some cumin powder and some amchur powder, which is also dried mango powder, and then finally I'll season it with some sea salt. Give it a good stir and cook it off for 1 minute because we want the spices to cook out. We don't want it to have a raw flavor. So we'll just give it a nice mix. on a medium heat again. And now here I have some washed rice. I have rinsed it very thoroughly in water to get rid of all of its starch. So I'm just going to add this rice now and give it a good mix. And once the rice has mixed well with the rest of the ingredients, you'll see that it takes on the color of the turmeric, which is very, very prominent. So you don't want any of the rice bits to remain white, you want it to turn yellow from the turmeric. And once that happens, so you're going to cook this rice now for about 2 minutes, just until it starts to get, you don't want it to be like super raw, but before adding the water, you let it cook for a while. Now here I have some kidney beans. These kidney beans I have soaked the night before. So I've soaked them overnight, and the next morning I have put them in a pressure cooker and cooked it till they go really nice and soft, about 4 whistles on a medium heat. And this is how, it's almost when you squeeze them between your fingers, they turn to mush. That's how much you want to cook them out. You add that into the pulao, and now we're going to add some water to let the rice cook out and become a really beautiful masala rajma pulao with veggies. I don't even know what to call this because it's not something that is traditional, I'd say. I just threw in a bit of veggies, some spices and some kidney beans and some rice, and just let the saucepan or the bowl, the vessel, do its magic. I'm bringing the water to the boil first. You want to bring it to a boil before covering it with a lid. So on a medium heat, let it stay on medium heat, alright, and let it boil. Once the water starts to boil, you will just give it a good mix through again like so, and cover it with a lid on medium-low heat, undisturbed, for about 10 minutes. That's about all the time it will take. So from start to finish, this takes about 30 minutes to prepare. Just give it a good mix at the 10-minute mark and just check if the rice is done. Add some water if it feels too dry, and then cover it again with a lid, and then just let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes more. As soon as you lift the lid, the steam escapes, which is such a great sign. It smells heavenly at this point. Just check if the rice is done, and once it's done, you're going to add some kasuri methi and some diced capsicum. Please use a bigger container, not like me. I completely underestimated how much rice I would make. Finally top it with some chopped coriander leaves and then serve it in a plate, obviously. Just serve, help yourself as much as you like. I always love having pulao with a bowl of yogurt. Plain yogurt, there's nothing added to it, no salt, no sugar, none of the spices, just good old yogurt and a wedge of lime to squeeze over the rice just before eating. So I just love the acidity that it adds to the pulao. It just adds a beautiful flavor. It's optional but highly recommended. Once you've added the lime juice, then I just like to eat it. I just like to add the yogurt generously into the rice and just enjoy my dinner. It's so flavorful. It's a perfect recovery meal because I'm getting carbs, I'm getting protein as well. I don't really look at food in that terms. I just like to add as much nutrition as I can into my food, especially after I have done some kind of strength training, which I tend to do most of the time. So after a session of weight training, I find that these meals really help me recover, provide me with a lot of energy and make me feel really happy and good and keep me full till the next day. So I like to have my dinner 2 hours before. So my dinner time is usually at 8 o'clock. So guys, this is everything that I eat in a day. I don't skimp on meals. I don't like to starve myself. I like to eat good food, nutrient dense foods, and I like to have them at timely intervals. So guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of these what I eat in a day kind of videos, then give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you again next time. Until then, goodbye and happy cooking.